Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 3 of my visit to the Antiques Emporium at Pear Mill in Bedbury near Stockport. And yeah, so we plough on, we see a bit of old glass, but also there's a really good dealer there who knows his stuff, and he labels in really good detail. He's got some things that I've looked at before, not been able to track down, and I've been able to find now because, yeah, I was looking at his labels and going, ooh, I didn't know it was this. I've seen it before, never been able to figure it out. So it is always worth trying to find that kind of dealer anywhere you go. This is why, going somewhere like the glass fair is great, because those guys know their stuff, and you can go and look at all their labels and go, oh, that's nice, I know what it is. Even if you're not going to buy anything, or you're going to end up buying something, I can guarantee, but if you think you're not, you probably are, but you'll learn a lot, and that's always good in this business, because that's how you find bargains. It is. So anyway, let's get on and have a look at the glass. So I'm going to show you something that is difficult to see very well. So I'm going to hopefully think it's going to come up on the camera, because I can get closer with the camera. So this is at eye height, and then up and up and up. So you've got this starting to decanter here, but you've got these two Victorian. I don't know if the etching, it looks really fine from down here. Difficult to tell. They're cool. They're like full wine glass size glasses, so they're quite nice. Yeah, I'll turn this off if I can even reach the top of my camera. There we go. We're looking at the ScottishAntiques.com website, and there's a pair of goblets on here, and these are the ones that I could find that are the closest in construction. Yes, so the date on here is 1860. I've been looking through some other things, and probably about right. I've looked at some retail catalogues from the 1870s, and they still have the same kind of look to them. So anyway, let me expand this, and I can show you what I'm talking about. So there's some closer pictures here, and where is the one I want? Further on, there we go. This is what we want to see. So you can see how it is a 3-part glass, in that you've got the blown glass, then you've got the stem that's applied. You can just about see how it's joined here. It's been sort of like, you can actually see like a tool where it's been run round, or it's not quite molten anymore and it's made a mark on it. But yeah, and then the bottom of the stem kind of like splodges out as it's pushed onto the foot, and that glass was done exactly the same way, with this kind of look and this kind of look. I've been looking at that picture very carefully, because I couldn't actually get it down and have a look at it. It was really high up, and I had a camera in one hand, and I'd have had to lean over, and anyway, I didn't want to go there. And looking at the film, I think they are engraved, not etched. Etch is like an acid pattern put on them, and so whereas engraving is done with a wheel, like a copper wheel or something, to make this kind of engraving. This is a bit more, hang on, let's go back. This is a bit more simplistic in style. That was really a quality style, and yeah, so for the kind of glass it is, I think it's a very good quality one. I couldn't see the price because I couldn't reach either, but anyway, those are the kind of things you should look out for. Glasses, if you're commercially, glasses that you can drink a glass of wine out of are more commercial than ones that you can't. So if it's a small one, sherry glasses and all that, they're more common, but the big goblets and stuff, those would have been water goblets, not wine glasses. But today, when people are putting a third of a bottle inside their glass, they like to have a glass like that. So Yeah, it's a more usable glass from today's perspective, but they are much rarer and harder to find. And if you can get a set of 6 early glasses, yeah, it makes a massive difference. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at. We're looking at mid-Victorian period for those glasses. I couldn't see the price, but I suspect it was a good price. Actually, there is a price for this. If I go back, what's it done? Oh, here they are. Yeah, they've got 115 on these 2 glasses, and it's out of stock, so they're sold. I bet you those are much cheaper. Just spotted what I think is a little bit of a sleeper in here. I'm not going to buy it, but I recognise this. It's £15, this decanter here. Yeah, they don't know. This is a Waterford decanter. Now, it's not my favourite thing. I just checked the rim. It feels like it's not chipped or damaged. It's got some water in it. That's always a bit worrying. It might have bloom. But I'm looking down the bottom where it's dry and it looks okay. So it might be that it's all good. But yeah, we can look that pattern up and I'll get you a name for it. We're looking at the replacements.com website. This is the decanter. It's called Lismore, this pattern by Waterford Crystal. And yeah, they've not got a price on here. I was a little surprised because it says they've got some in stock. And I thought, okay, let's go off and have a look. And this is the sold for UK on eBay. And there's one here sold for £52.68 plus £6.65. There's another one here, £49.95. Oh, that's free delivery, so that's much cheaper. So I'm a little surprised. I thought there'd be more. Maybe it's just my mistake. Maybe I don't know the different prices on Waterford stuff. Maybe this is at the cheaper end of their decanters that come up. Although this one here, look at that. That's £5.42. That just went on one bid. Someone really got hammered on that. But actually, it's even the wrong pattern. That's why, because that is not Lismore. It's got a pinwheel cut there. That's not Lismore. So anyway, yeah, these are Lismore. You can see these, and they're different from that. And that's why they only sold it for £5.42. They just got it completely wrong. And that's why you need to be, if you're going to sell on eBay, make sure you know what you're selling. Anyway, so £15 is still cheap. I'm a little bit weary of it because it did have some water inside it, which might mean it's got a lot of bloom, and it'd probably take you £15 to get that out if it does. So yeah, you're not going to make, there's not much profit left in it if it does have a lot of bloom. So yeah, and that's another reason for me walking away is, yeah, it's got water inside it. But anyway, I'm not looking for any Waterford decanters, and that's that. Spotted this from across the room because I recognised the colour. Thought that's probably Stromberg's Titan, looking at it, and it is. They know it is as well because it's written underneath. £25, and it's a post-war one, I think. So yeah, if it was pre-war, I'd be after that. But yeah, I'm not. Unless it was super cheap, I'm not branching out into buying post-war Stromberg's Titan. But it's a nice little thing, and I can look it up. We're looking at the Stromberg's Titan 1977 catalogue, downloaded from the Bergdala Glastechnica website. And yeah, these are the 3. It's one of these. I don't know. The proportions on them are slightly different from each other. If I expand it up, you can see very slightly different. It says that they're all the same size, but they don't look to be quite the same size. This one looks a bit taller. So I don't know what's going on here, unless it's colours or something. There's no explanation. But anyway, this is the one. And I did actually look at 1954 first. Let me show you 1954, just to show you why you need to look more carefully. So there's this one here. if I expand this up, and it's not this one here. If you look, the top of this is completely level. You can see here this has got like a bevel edge. This is completely flat, and this one is completely flat. And then if you go back to 1977, you can see these have got a bit of a bevel on them. So it's not from 1954. It isn't that old. It's from closer to this time period. I only have the couple of catalogs, so I can't really run through a run of them and show you different ones over the period. There's also a whole bunch of etchings in the back of this 77 one, but none of them match the one that's on that. So that's a pity too. But yeah, it's probably from the 70s, I suspect. And the price seemed pretty good. I have seen people asking for as much as £60 for a little vase like that. Yeah, it seems like a lot. So I think £25 is a very good price. And yeah, I do like Strombok's item, but I am trying to stick to buying just the pre-war stuff. Got a darting decanter here. Oh, they've got the number on it. Yeah, FT156. That probably means it says circa 80s. I think 156 might be earlier than that. But it's this ripple design, which is not standard. You don't see that very often. We're looking at a page from the book, Dartington Glass, the First 20 Years by Linda and Stuart Smithson. Get it the right way around. And yeah, so this is the decanter, the FT156, 73 to 74. But what it says here, the ripple was introduced in 1983. So it went on for 10 years before they started doing the ripple versions, which is why I was going, yeah, I don't know about this. Or I just, yeah, I didn't think it was common, and it's not. So unfortunately, I have been checking prices and it's not valuable either. So it is what it is. But anyway, it's post 1983, so it's still pretty vintage. Just not as vintage as it might have been. Got a couple of, or three Dartington dishes. We've got this one here. What have they said? Vintage Dartington, it's a 242, and it's still got the sticker on it. And they want 14 for that one. They have this palm dish, designed by Anita Harris. Here, they've got the name here, Anita Harris, I think in 1983. It's the biggest one, £32. And they've also got the smallest one, £10. Now, there's 4 in total. They made the 3 and they all stacked together, and then they later made this single one. And I have these 3, but I don't have this. So I think this is coming home with me. The first bowl we were looking at was this one. It's the FT242 Hollywood bowl from 1980. Now, it comes in 2 other sizes. The other one is about the same size, but it's a flat bowl, and the other one is like a small dish, really. So this is more like a big fruit bowl. Anyway, so that's the Hollywood bowl by Dartington. So these are my Dartington palm dishes. The one we bought is this small one here. Get it off. If I can get hold of the right one. There we go. Look at this. So here you go. And it's designed. They're all designed to slot into each other like this. The pattern number, or pattern numbers, because there's several, is AH, because it's Anita Harris is the designer, AH 362 to 365. Biggest one is the lowest number, and they get smaller. yeah, I think they're just super cool. Anita Harris, I think she was an intern, a design intern, and she did a fantastic job with this thing because it looks fantastic. It could adorn any centre of anybody's table and just go, wow, yeah. Because it's huge as well. Look how big it is. Yeah. And then you've got all these different layers and it is lead crystal. It makes a metally noise. Can you hear? So yeah, it's a fantastic thing. I'm really happy we got this top one. Got this. There's a load of vintage stuff in here. Can you see? In the back here, got this panel cut stopper. Decanter. £85 though. If it were a full size one, it would be a bit more exciting. I think it's only like a pinter. So you see the stopper's all panel cut to match the body of the decanter. So this will be from the 1830s, something like that. Yeah. If it was a full size one, I think I might have bought that one. Here we're looking at the catalogue for Apsley Pellat from 1838. This is a really good document. You can download it from the Corning Museum of Glass online reference library. And yeah, it's fantastic. But if we go down to here, you can see, look at all these panel cut decanters here. This one's a similar shape apart from this ring here. It's got a different shape stopper, but these have got similar shape stoppers. But if we go down, look at these here. This is another one, all this panel cutting. This one's got, obviously it's more angular, but again, this shape with panel cutting, but it's got a neck ring here. So I'm not sure, is there anything else? Yeah, but you can see panel cutting was in 1838. Apsley Pellat was doing it. Look at these jugs, all panel cut. So yeah, and I think there's, yes, look at this carafe here, very similar looking to the decanter that we were looking at. So this is from 1838. So that positions this decanter kind of like in the 1830s to early 40s, I would say. Yeah, but this is a fantastic document. Anyway, I'm just going on. So this is my reference for it, really, that you can see it's got that look, all this panel cutting, and as I said, there's the carafe here, which looks like the decanter but without the stopper. I'm loving this dealer here because I've seen glasses, and here's a vase with this textured bark-like texture. It's unusual. It's got little lines in it. Can you see what I'm talking about? Now, I've seen this before. It's quite nicely made. It's got round, you know, although it's blown into mold, it's nicely made. Charlottenhutten Gobel, Germany. Feuerland Ice Tree Bark Vase, £14. Yeah, I'm going to try and find that. Charlottenhutten, I've never heard of it, but he clearly knows more than me on that one. So I've been unable to find any good references for this vase, but lots of people are agreeing with that label, and I thought I'd show you some funny price differences here. So this is the same vase on Etsy, and it's £51.11. Okay, plus I'm not sure if there's postage on this, but delivery cost £17.53. Okay, and then yeah, and then there's this one on eBay for $6.49 plus $2.26 postage. Oh no, $3.38. So you're really talking almost a tenner. So yeah, I mean, £14 seems like an okay price. One of the things I've noticed is that there's a lot of German. I've seen these vases before, but I didn't know who they were by. But there is some really nice German textured glass out there. I think it's underpriced sometimes. There's two in particular. I'm going to go and have a look at 20th century glass. and I'll show you the two that I think wants to watch. There's Ingrid glass, and yeah, so their glass is quite quality. You know, it's cased. I mean, something like this is as good as anything Whitefriars would do. The case with polished tops, and yeah, you can see, look, they've got tall ones and short ones, and they've got like their own brand of, you know, textured, sort of like it's a mixed textured, non-textured cased vase. So you can see this is looking like quality glass. Look at that polished base. Oh, and with a pattern number on it as well, everything. So and the other one I like, which I think is a good one to look out for. Sorry, I'm going off piece from the piece of glass that we're looking at, but I thought I would show you this. Is Walther. They do some really funky mid-century glass. I mean, you look at something like, let me show you sort of like the rest of it, like with these multiple colour ones. But you look at some, so I see these around, and they're usually quite cheap, but I think they're quite cool. But I'm not going to bring one home because I'd get shot. But yeah, you can pick these up for like a tenner, and it looks really cool. You get 2 or 3 of these, put one flower in each one. Yeah, because it's not a candlestick, it's actually solifluous for a flower, but just a single flower. Yeah, so anyway, just thought I would just go off piste a little bit there and talk about German glass, just because I'd found something that's German, but I didn't know it was German. I've seen it before. I think I've picked them up before and said I've looked for it before, and failed. But this really nice man here has it labelled for me. Fantastic. So there you have it. I bought something, yes, and that, yeah, it looks fantastic. I've still got it here on the side next to me after filming it, and yeah, and sorry for going off piste at the end there, looking at other German companies other than the one that for the glass that we saw. But you know, I'm here to teach people about stuff and things that I think are good that you should be looking out for. But anyway, with that said, all the contact mills for the Emporium, the vintage Emporium at Pear Mill, and all the references I use will be in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe, because it really helps my channel. Yes, I'm still planning to take over the world. Not really, but you know, this is my silly joke in my head. That's my goal. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.